At the beginning of this part, the mysterious person turns out to be a woman, who introduces herself as Sam's mother and informs him that this is her house. Sam came to live with her after he and his wife Mary divorced. It turns out that she also loves reading Alan's books. After finding him in the book, she suggests Sam get therapy in person. However, Alan requests to unlock him, but she answers by saying she doesn't have the keys. Alan then asks her to call the police, then only he can help her son, which she also rejects it. Candace doesn't support Sam in all this, but she can't turn him into the police. She also tells him that he is trying to stop and that Alan must help him to get over it. Meanwhile, Sam is back with food. Alan tells Sam the truth about meeting his mother. In fact, her presence surprised him because Sam had lied to him, telling him that her mother was dead. Sam claims he lied since therapy is usually focused on moms, and his mother is not his issue. Alan takes it all in silently, but we can see the wheels spinning in his head, disbelieving Sam's statements. With the plan in his mind, Alan again begs to unchain him, assuring him that he is no harm to him, and strongly try to make Sam understand that the therapy won't work in the coerced and terror environment. Alan even fantasizes about attacking Sam and purposely talks about his dad. Sam discloses that his father abandoned them when he was 14 years old. His father used to hit him and Candace. Despite his suffering, Candace always takes good care of him and believes she is a good mom to him. A short time late, while meditating to calm his mind, Alan recalls the memory of his son's wedding, which was conducted by a rabbi of Orthodox Judaism. Alan's wife is called onto the stage to give a speech, but she takes her guitar along with her to sing. The rabbi tries to restrain her from singing, claiming that over are not allowed to sing. She doesn't listen to him. After all, it was her son's wedding. As she is about to sing, people start leaving. Back at present at night, during therapy, Alan successfully persuades him to do family therapy with Candace if he wants to get real help. The following day, they all sit around for the therapy. Candace opens up saying how she and Sam took refuge in each other during the hard times, when Sam's father used to hit them. Seeing their bond of love, Alan believes that Sam's love for Candace can help him. Whenever Sam is struggling to suppress his dark emotion, Alan encourages him to think of protecting his mother. Sam stands still. Candace asks, "Would you mind doing that for me, Sam?" Sam remains silent. Meanwhile, Sam returns home after his work and sits across from Alan. He tells Alan that he has just come from the restaurant where he had conducted the inspection. In his mind, he pictured killing the manager as he stood there watching him. But no matter how much he deserved it, he did nothing. Alan dives more into it and asks if he always feels the same with other victims. Sam agrees with it. The following day, after Sam is off to work, Alan calls Candace, but she doesn't answer. To kill his loneliness, Alan recalls his member again from his son's wedding. She was shaken when she notices that half of the guests were leaving. As she sang, Alan focused his eyes on an embarrassed Ezra. Alan then recalls his wife's fight with cancer. In this memory, Alan's daughter is sitting beside her sick mom. Ezra is not there. Later, Alan is awakened in the middle of the night by Sam. He brings a man dragging inside the house. Sam then locks this man in the room next door to Alan's. After this, Alan is unable to sleep. He breathes heavily, worried about what Sam will do to his new hostage. And surprisingly, Sam talks with Alan calmly, as if nothing has happened. That person's name is Elias, and Sam has a strong desire to kill him. But as promised, he will not kill him before talking with Alan. Alan requests him to sit and talk about it. But Sam is agitated, and it is clear that the concept of safeguarding his mother before committing any crime allegedly did not work. Sam is so confused and blames his father for messing up his life and again requests Alan to fix it. To distract the feeling that Sam is going through, Alan suggests he go to work and have a regular workday. Sam reluctantly departs. Alan used to be a humble therapist, but now he is completely different, terrified and enraged captive. From the next room, Elias speaks up and wonders where he is now. Alan informs him that they both are held captive by Sam. Shortly, Candace shows up there and apologizes to her for her son's deed. Alan asks her to tell him more about Sam's father. She says that his father is why he is the way he is. She then says, his father was always just, and she stopped in the middle and leaves from there. Alan again gets a chance to speak with Elias, who informs him that he is blindfolded and cannot move an inch. When he asks who is his kidnapper, Alan doesn't reveal it but talks about Sam's mother. Alan talks about his children and believes that his daughter would have discovered his disappearance by now. Elias also believes that his parent has already contacted the cop. Meanwhile, Sam is completely disturbed at work and is unable to concentrate. Shortly, he gives a call to his mother, who takes the phone to Alan. On the phone, Alan informs that he cannot do it more and distract himself. He says he is coming back home to finish the unfinished job. Alan needs to distract him to avoid committing another crime. Alan asks him to stay at work and even suggests he go to concerts after work. Sam hung up the phone. Elias from another room listening to the entire conversation get panicked and wants Alan to inform his parent he loves them. Alan writes his message in the diary. Meanwhile, Sam is back from his work. This time he has some strange white machine that produces noise and put it inside Elias's room to prevent him from hearing them talking. He then sits across Alan and insists that his idea are not working, instead are driving him crazy. Alan requests Sam to let Elias walk free, as he didn't see Sam's face, and asks to control his impulse. However, Sam continues to approach the door to kill Elias. Alan screams at him to stop, and he quickly implores Sam to visit his ex-wife. Perhaps this will provide him with the emotional outburst he requires to him from his desire to kill. Sam is still confused and enters the restroom. When he comes out, Alan requests him to turn off the noise machine. Sam walks into Elias's room, his intention unknown still. He unplugs the machine, leaves the house, and drives away. Elias in fear, sobs in his room. Alan tries to calm him by singing "Country Roads." Sam is on the way driving his truck to meet his ex-wife. We are introduced to Sam's wife for the first time. She wasn't expecting him to show up. He tells her that he is in therapy and the doctor wants him to meet her. She is astonished, yet not disappointed to see him. The ex-couple sits around and talks about Hara, an adopted daughter from Bangladesh. Sam wants to tell her about their divorce, but she says that's against the rules. She doesn't want to upset her by bringing the divorce into her happy life. His wife wonders and asks why the therapist wants him to talk with her, to which he pretends to know nothing about it. Soon the room is filled with silence and their awkward conversation ends. Sam hops inside his truck to head for home. In the meantime, Elias comes up with the plan and asks Alan to somehow brings him to Sam's therapy, and by calculating the perfect chance, he believes they can attack him collectively and escape from there. Alan agrees to do so. Now this time, Alan asks to convey his message to his family if he doesn't make out. He wants to tell his daughter, Shoshana, that he loves her and that he treasured their life together, and wants her to find a way to move on. And also he wants him to communicate with Ezra, that he and his mother always loved him, even when it was difficult between them. Elias is in tears and encourages Alan to continue. Alan tells him how Ezra falls into a trap of Rabbi and becomes an Orthodox Jew, which drives his mom crazy. Alan tries to make things go easy for her, but Ezra did make it harder for her. Sam arrives there. Alan's story remains unfinished. As soon as he steps in, Alan asks about the meeting with his ex-wife. Sam tells Alan about having a kid whom they adopted together, but as he continues to tell, his inner strive to kill Elias grows stronger and stronger. So he stopped and opens the door of Elias's room. Alan tries to stop, but Sam is not in a state to listen to him. So Alan screams at Candace, who runs down the stairs and reminds Sam that he is supposed to protect her. She says, "Get back here." Sam stops and takes a long breath. Candace then asks him to go to his room and get a night of sleep. Agitated, Sam leaves for his room. He plays Kenny Chesney to stay calm. Though Sam tries to sleep but cannot sleep thinking of Elias. He wakes up in the middle of the night. Alan welcomes him, but he is also not able to sleep. Alan asks him to sit for therapy. Alan begins to knowledge him about his illness. He believes that after everything Sam went through as a child, those incidents made him angry, which turns him to be violent. So, Alan adds that Sam is just looking for people who can serve as an excuse for him to act out those feelings, and also thinks the people he chooses are random. Alan tells him if he runs into someone in that state of mind, he can always figure out a way to be offended by them. However, Sam is not convinced and still believes that everyone he has killed till now is useless and they deserve that. Alan again put his point and asks him to look deeper. Alan believes Sam is upset because his father threatened to beat him if he did not do precisely what he asked for. Seems like Sam understands it. So at the right moment, Alan talks about Elias with him and urges that he doesn't deserve to die. He then asks Sam to bring Elias to the therapy so that the three can talk. Well played, Alan. Well, it works. Sam walks to Elias and gets him there. Elias is still blindfolded and it is obvious Sam doesn't want to reveal his identity. Before beginning the therapy, Alan asks Sam if he manages to know Elias and he will completely change his mind about him. He then asks Elias to share his full self there. Though it takes a while for Elias to talk in a hostile and fearful situation, he ultimately tells the story of his parent and their restaurant business. But Sam is unrest and no longer can listen to him. He burst onto Elias and begins strangling him. Alan calls Candace for help, but she doesn't show up this time. Alan screams helplessly while Sam eventually strangles Elias to death. This brings an end to their plan to escape.